the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome to another Morning Motivation with Marcus. And some call it Hump Day. Some call it Hump Day. I just call it Wednesday. Yeah, I believe it's Wednesday. You know why? Because, people call it Hump Day because they're trying to get over hump. Supposedly the middle of the week. But that's because they're focused on the Monday through Friday, right? That's because you're focused on Monday through Friday. You're focused on, I go into work, it's Monday morning. I get off Friday, yay, the weekend. But you know what I've come to find out as as an entrepreneur, as I work for myself, as, I work not just Monday through Friday, but sometimes Sunday to Sunday. What is the hump day? What is there to get over? I mean, if I'm constantly working, right? Or what if I work Thursday to Tuesday? What if my weekend is technically Tuesday and Wednesday or Wednesday and Thursday? See, we got to get out of the habit of the machine that has programmed us to say that we have to work Monday through Friday, that we have to go to a job from 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, swing shift, and focus on, what do I talk about? Your assignment. Listen, I got this from Myron Goldman. Let's start looking at it as your job as a client. That's an interesting concept. Man, when I heard him say that, I was like, man, what is he talking about? He was like, yeah, you need to start making offers. We don't realize it, but you are making an offer. You're either making an offer or you're saying yes to an offer. Let me explain. When you apply for a job, they say, we're going to pay you X amount per hour. That's an offer. We're going to pay you X amount an hour for your time, and you say yes or no, right? So let's just say you're offered $40,000 a year to complete a task. Your boss says, I'm going to pay you $40,000 a year to do whatever it is you do. Let's just say drive trucks or a clerk. You're making $40,000 to do that task. Well, look at it as your first client. Now, part-time, go out and find another client, something that you can provide value, and put a number on it. And let's just say you get 5 more clients to pay you $1,000 for a task, for something that you can provide value to them. And so now you have your $40,000 client and 5 more clients that'll pay you $1,000. That's $5,000. So now you're at $45,000. And so we got to change the way we think. We got to change the way our mindset is. We're constantly thinking Monday through Friday, they pay me. Today is Wednesday, is hump day. I got to get over the hump and just get to the weekend. We need to change the way we think. We need to change the way we focus. We need to change how we see how we're working and operating for finances. And of course, I say this all the time. A lot of us are just looking at money, are just looking at finances. We're not looking at things outside of money. Money is the low-hanging fruit. How about relationships? You might be at a position or a job or in a situation for relationships. I've built many relationships over the years just because of places I've worked, places I've gone, and things that I've done. And some of those relationships have come back around in full circle and are helping me in areas currently. All because I worked at a job, all because I went to an event, all because I went to a church, all because I went to some place where I didn't look at money as the only thing that I was getting out of that. In fact, in some cases, I wasn't even looking at money. There are some things that I'm doing right now that I don't get paid for. And that's a question you ought to ask yourself. If you wasn't getting paid for it, would you enjoy it? If you weren't getting paid for it, would you do your best? If you weren't getting paid for it, would they call you regardless and pay you anything because you always do a great job? Some of us only want to partially or halfway even do the job because we're getting a paycheck, because we're getting a monetary value. And we need to start changing the way we think. And maybe, just maybe, we won't look at Wednesday as being hump day, but just Wednesday. All right, that's my time for today. Hey, don't forget, go to marcusjscott.com, marcusjscott.com. You can still get the book there. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe, and like our YouTube channel and our Instagram page, Marcus J. Scott 4040, Marcus J. Scott 4040. And until tomorrow morning, always have a heart of gratitude and the strength to keep moving forward. God bless.
Ready for the day. Strength comes from above. Love will lead the way. Feet hit the ground now. Ready for the day. Strength comes from above.